It's our first day of filming in Marcella. We left at 7 o'clock this morning. We got 40 minutes down the dust track and our new truck broke down, had some sort of airlock problem. It's really difficult to be angry with the guys because these trucks are all we have at our disposal. There's a problem with the trucks. They get an airlock in the fuel system for some reason I don't understand at all, and that causes them to lose all their power. The old truck then came out to us. We then swapped everything to the old truck and decided to head on to Marcella, even though the old truck's even more unreliable. And guess what? Another 40 minutes into that journey, that truck broke down, the gearbox went. Had to ring for Murray to come in the new truck, and also send a motorbike as well, so we could take Moses back on the motorbike and also send a message to Marcella to say we were coming. That also got a puncture on the way. So it's been a bit of a morning of it. It's 2 o'clock now. We're going to be trying to film in Kambia instead of Marcella today. So we'll see how far we get. So it's 8 o'clock on the final day of filming. We once again have broken down. Didn't even get out of Kambia this morning. And there's now about 8 blokes all around the car trying to fix it. It's quite a struggle. These guys need a new car. So our last day of filming is becoming a bit of a struggle. We still haven't managed to leave the base. It's tough. The guys are all trying really hard, and they're also all feeling really bad about us not being able to get out, but it's really not their fault. The one vehicle seems fixed-ish, the other one seems fixed-ish, but no one's prepared to get in them and rely on them for an hour-and-a-half journey through the bush. We think we've got another vehicle coming. It's an ambulance, but we need police permission to use it because the hospital's still pretty much shut down. The unfortunate story behind the ambulance, though, is that it should have been used this morning to take a child to Freetown who's suffering severe vomiting, but the parents of the child have refused to pay the cost of the diesel to take them there, so they're going to take public transport instead. So after another false start this morning, we made it to Marcella, and we had a fantastic afternoon's filming. They're an incredible community out in Marcella. They all turned out to see us. Sally and Daniel and Israel and the rest of the actors were great this afternoon. We were busking it a little bit. The script wasn't as detailed in the bits we were doing this afternoon, so that was slightly tougher. We had a bit of a crowd issue as well. The crowd was massive, and it's so hard when you want them all to be able to watch what you're doing. But it was totally impractical. They were chipping in all the time, shouting at the actors, which really wasn't on, so we had to clear them down, which was a bit of a shame, and I think they kind of felt a bit put out. But they all gathered around at the end as well, so hopefully they weren't too disheartened by our needing a little bit of time to ourselves. The ambulance was great, got us back really, really quickly, but unfortunately when we returned, Moses told James that Dr. Kande, who is basically in charge of the hospital in Kambia, is not coming back. So it's a tough time. They're all clearly not only talking about it, but they are all seriously worried about the situation. This is a county district of 300,000 people, and there's not one single doctor between them. So this is our final day in Kambia. I'm pleased to say we've completed the film project. It's a great relief, and I'm very, very pleased that everyone is really happy with the outcome. We've made a 30-minute public information film about getting an ambulance, basically. It's such a very, very simple message, but it's a message that we're constantly told is difficult to drill home. So we're frantically burning DVDs so we can leave as many copies as we can here. We're also going around the villages today and screening the film for the people who are involved with it, so we shall see how it goes down in front of a live audience. It should be really interesting. Actually doing the work isn't the difficult part, we're very, very capable at doing what we do. It's just actually achieving the small things which present daily challenges, things which we would take for granted, the cliche. Cooking has been a challenge. Clare and James have done an amazing job at keeping us fed, but we've basically been self-sufficient. You can pretty much get nothing here in Kambia. Apparently it's planting season, but as we drive around the villages, there's really very little evidence of any serious sort of agriculture. So it's very difficult to understand how fresh produce is available even when it isn't planting season. And then there's the vehicle problems, and then there's the power problems, and there's the water problems. Before the war, Kambia town used to have power, sewer, running water. There is absolutely none of that here now. The place feels like it's been set back 200 years. It's like living in Saxon times, cooking on open fires. This is a scary place to live, and you can see it in people's faces. So this is it. Our time in Kambia is done. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. We're just about to head back to Freetown. We had 3 really cool screenings yesterday of the film. We went up to Barmoy and Masela where we filmed some of the films. The communities seemed to really enjoy them, which is good. They were laughing at all the right points and seemed to take on board some of the messages. They wanted more, which was really intriguing. They also sat there wanting a kind of another half an hour's worth. We had a really good send-off last night. We invited everyone from around who we've met. And FT and his wife cooked up a fantastic feast for everyone, and that culminated in another screening. And all the cast and everyone who's helped on various levels was here to watch. It was fantastic. They all thoroughly enjoyed it. A lot of chit-chat and laughing throughout, and a nice round of applause at the end. So hopefully it will make a small difference to the film. Even amongst all the joy yesterday of the screening, whilst we were in Masela, a woman was presented to James who'd walked all day to reach him and talk to him. It turned out that she had severe breast cancer, which was really, there's no words. But there is hope in Kambia for the hospital. The Ministry of Health have promised that they're going to be visiting the hospital next week with a view to hopefully sorting out the situation here. It's been a privilege to come here and do this project. There's no doubt it's going to have made a lasting impact on my view of Africa and this part of West Africa. It felt like it was a difficult decision to come here, but it feels like an even harder decision to leave, and I only hope that we can come back and do some more work with this wonderful community. Explosion in the centre of the city. It's getting late. Saeed is currently chasing the goat to the kitchen.